Well, hi everyone. I'm John Rethlin with my review of AEW Dark. We're getting close to Double or Nothing. I recently did predictions. Please check that out if you haven't already. Going to be pretty interesting to see how that card goes. But before that, we got to dive into the 9 matches on this show. There were a couple I didn't care for. You can probably guess which ones. But we have Excalibur and Taz on commentary, and we start off with the women's match. Danny Jordan, the real mean girl, who I recently saw on an episode of NWA Circle Squared. And you know what? I think she's going to be something big. She's the real Mean Girl. I love Mean Girls, one of my favorite comedies of all time. And hey, if you're going to have a gimmick inspired by that and you're going to actually be able to sink your teeth into it and show that you have some ability in the ring and some promise, you got my attention. She's taking on Hikaru Shida, who I absolutely love. I think Hikaru Shida is a goddamn star and is going to do great things in AEW. Even if I don't think she's going to beat Nyla Rose. Or do I? You might have to check out the prediction show to find out, but Jordan did fine. She hit a nice DDT off the ropes, and at one point, Excalibur says Labrum could have killed him. Cheesy joke. I can laugh at cheesy jokes, so. Shida comes back with a knee strike, and just one to the back of the head. Jordan somehow kicked out. I don't know how, but eventually, knee strike, Falcon Arrow, 1, 2, 3. And then QT Marshall versus Clutch Adams. Not Clutch Cargo. It was alright. Clutch kept targeting the ribs. The QT Marshall got, injured when he took on Lance Archer. But eventually QT comes back, hits the QT cutter, and there we go. Kind of zipped through these matches, guys, because there wasn't really all that much to them. Like this next one, Jason Cade versus Marco Stunt. So I believe Jason Cade was the one who took on Orange Cassidy last week, and I'm sorry, that match wasn't much of anything. Marco Stunt is listed at 120 pounds, and I'm calling bullshit. I'm guessing about 105, maybe. Poor Jason Cade, I hope he can get a job somewhere else because I don't think he's going to be able to be taken seriously in AEW because he's lost to Orange Cassidy, who, while I hate the gimmick, can at least do some shit, and he lost to Marco Stunt. Marco Stunt beat him with a 450. That's sad that Marco Stunt got a goddamn victory in an AEW ring. It's fucking ridiculous. Watch them put this Jason Cade guy in the Dark Order. Why did Marco Stunt get a victory? That's just one thing. I don't care if he's got name value on the brand. He should not be winning matches in any shape or form. But whatever. Lee Johnson and Musa versus Jimmy Havoc and Kip Sabian with Penelope Ford. You know what? I'm all for Sabian and Havoc winning the AEW Tag Team Championships. Have them beat Omega and Page. Why the fuck not? It would come from out of nowhere, but you know what? It would be a good way to give a heel team a rub. And you could split up Page and Omega. I think Johnson and Musa actually have a good future as a tag team eventually, when you build them up and stuff like that. I mean, you got to sign them first, but it's like, I think they could do some pretty good things. They're young, they're athletic, and they showed some good stuff here. Eventually, there was a Fisherman DDT to pin Lee 1, 2, 3. The match wasn't all that bad, though. Then we get Captain Sean Dean versus Ray Phoenix. Ray Phoenix is ridiculous. Sean Dean is not all that bad either. Dean hit a dive and just hit the freaking barricade. That was absolutely insane. There was a Tiger Driver. He catches him, Dean catches Phoenix. Looks like he's about to give him a Tiger Driver, but doesn't. And then he hits a variation, only gets a 1. And soon after, the Muscle Twist Buster thing, whatever the fuck that is, Phoenix hits. Gets the count, 1, 2, 3, and he gets a victory. Makes sense because he's going to be in that casino ladder match at Double or Nothing. We then get John Cruz versus Luther. Luther shouted a lot like somebody was strangling his balls when he constantly was yelling and yelling. And why is Luther there? Why? I think somebody said he was friends with Chris Jericho. So you really only need to know somebody in AEW to get a job. Yes, sometimes it's not about what you know, it's about who you know, but seriously, it's like a lesser Gangrel. It's like if Gangrel had all the talent taken out of him. I don't know why this guy is signed beyond his friendship with Jericho, because this guy sucks. It's fucking rotten. He yells a lot, and then he does the pulling clutch thing where he's like pulling in the guy's face and gets the victory. John Cruz, whatever. He hit a couple kicks, but he didn't really get much of anything, and he taps out in that weird clutch thingy. Then Ryan Rembrandt and Mike Reed, Mike Reed looks like a cross between Casper Van Dien and Chris Pine. That's what I figured out. I'm not knocking a guy, that's just what he reminded me of. Versus Private Party, both teams did well. Rembrandt and Reed, which sounds like some kind of weird toothbrush company. They did fine. Private Party, of course, would take the victory here. We would get a senton from Cassidy, but the match wasn't all that bad. It was a nice back and forth. And Rembrandt and Reed, which actually, now that I think about it, sounds more like a law firm, had a good showing here. And then we get Sammy Guevara versus Alan Angles, or Angels. I mean, Angels actually is what it is. But in all honesty, I think he's got a bright future. Sammy Guevara is fucking ridiculous. He is so goddamn good. And, Alan Jaw Jacks with him in the beginning saying you're just a punk. We get, he got a nice, arm, trap where he got into a brief crossface, and then we get a pose off. And then Sammy eventually takes over, and even though Alan tried a few strikes, he would get hit with the GTH 1, 2, 3, so Sammy would get the victory. So before, folks, I continue, I'm just going to bring on a special guest really quick. Just give me a second, I'll be right back. Well, hi, guys. I had to bring somebody on. You probably heard him a little earlier. He wasn't happy that Alan Angles did not get the victory. Is it Angles or Angels? Who is it? What is his name? You don't know his name, do you? You just like that he took Kenny Omega to the limit. You like that he, stopped his little jazz handy thing. You want to do the jazz hand thing? No? Okay. He liked Serpentico. Serpentico? You know what? Serpico. That's what I'm going to call him. He did the streamer thing, and he took on Darby Allin, and you had referee Aubrey. You like Aubrey. You got to see footage of Aubrey. Yeah, like when Phoenix kicked her, last year. Remember that? Remember I showed you that? By the way, adopt, don't shop, guys. So, here's the whole thing. Darby did pretty damn well here, and he did some good shit, and the mask guy, they kind of remind me of Blitzkrieg, did some good shit as well. There was a coffin drop outside, and then the Last Supper pin, and 1, 2, 3. So, Darby gets the victory, and which makes sense. He's going to be in that casino ladder match as well. So I am going to set you down. You like Darby Allin at least, and you like Priscilla Kelly. You have good taste, sir. Anyway, so how was AEW Dark? It wasn't all that bad. Anyway, it wasn't all that bad. I'm just going to there we go. Anyway, agree, disagree with what I said. Like, share, subscribe. Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.